Many see Bola Ray today and they feel, well, he's driving a nice car. Oh, he lives in a great place and all of that. But he forgets the guy who used to work, out there at Radio Universe and will walk from Anumle and Alubushi to Legon, back and forth. That is the story. Many will know the name, they don't know your story. So many are quick to judge. Many will say, well, who is this guy who's on the radio? Everything seems good. Things are coming to him. He's on TV and all of that. And I know many of you here are going through that phase. Can I really be like this woman? Can I be like this man? It is difficult. I can't do it. My message to you this afternoon that you can do it. And that's what IS is saying to us. Is that what I can, I will, I must. That is it. Let no one stop you. People will stop your dream because they are afraid for you. It's not because they don't like you. They believe that for somewhat reason you cannot achieve that. So they will talk you out of it. It's not all the time that many don't like you, but they are afraid that you have hurdles. You hurt yourself. Things will go wrong, and then you come complaining to them. So because they don't want to go through that pain, they will stop you. But I come to tell you that let no one stop your dream. Let no one tell you that you cannot do it. And today, that's what my presentation is about. I want you to see yourself in the race of life. And I'm telling you, we are on the mark. Certainly, that's what we're going to do. Can we have this go through? Maybe we can sort out the clicker for me. Right. So I really want us to see ourselves on the track that we're actually about to begin a race. Run your race. Right. Thank you. So, the secret is getting started. You told me about it. We're here to get motivated, to get inspired. I'm asking you, what race are you running? Be positioned to win. How many of us get into a race or into a job and we want to excel? We want to win. How many of us? Do we go into a race just to, maybe I just want to be fourth or fifth? I believe that many runners get out there because they are positioned to win. And that should be our motivation. That should be our vision. And talking about motivation, 5 years ago, I went to a very good friend of mine. I said, we want to start one of the biggest media groups in Ghana. Let's do this. And think outside the box. Many people are not ready to take the risk. They are afraid of the challenges, the hurdles. They bought into that. I knew it wasn't going to be easy. We said we'll build EIB network. 8 radio stations, 3 TV stations. And 5 years on, here we are. Yes, it's come with these challenges. And that's what I was telling you, that coming here today, I wouldn't have said, let me wait when it's all rosy. And then you tell the story. But you build something from ground up. You keep going through it, the challenges, the hurdles. So when they throw at you, still never erase the vision. And that's what I want to share with you. You must understand the desired outcome. What is it that you want from life? And I'll quote something from Sunday Adelaja. He says, when great men die in the race of life, they continue to live because the world can still benefit from their products. Many of you are using iPads, you have Apple products and all of that. Where is Steve Jobs today? If he had said, I won't do this, how many of us would now be okay and say, well, I have my iPhone, I want this, I want my pad. He's made life comfortable and easy for many of us. But he didn't think about himself. For us, many will say, well, I just want my 1-bedroom house. I just want myself and my wife. I'm okay with that. I don't want challenges. I don't want hurdles. So that is okay. No. That is a defeatist mentality. There's nothing wrong with having great stuff, with dreaming big. But know that there will be challenges. Think of the bigger vision. Pastor Brian mentioned they started IS at UPSA. But the dream was to grow this. Today, here we are. Somebody has prophesied that next distant future, we're going to be at the stadium. Yes. This morning, I was telling him, can we do IS London, IS USA? How many of you will come with us when we are ready to go out there? We should take this program to the world. And that is where we're actually going to go. So really, what is your starting point? Are you on the mark? Ask yourself. And that's what I want everyone in here to do. Ask yourself, are you really on your mark? What is your vision? What is it that you want to do? I don't know what you want to do in life. Maybe a medical doctor, a great lawyer, a wonderful banker, a CEO of a company. Are you really on the mark? Do you have that vision? Your goal must motivate you. And yes, As you do that, scan for the opportunities. Get on your mark. You start out there, and it's important as your finish. So remember, your starting is as important as your finish. Begin to position yourself and be poised to win. This is it. Nobody knows it all. I didn't get into managing a radio station. People said, oh, he's a DJ. Can he really handle EIB network? He's an MC. But yes, I have a marketing background. At least I did some financial accounting at the university. I read a lot. Getting into it wasn't just a DJ behind the turntables. Now when we sit down, we can talk about EBITDA. How many of you know of EBITDA? Earning before interest and tax. Who am I? I'm a DJ. But of course I know this. So when you get to the boardroom, you have to convince them. Many people see you in the nightclub, they see you there. That's all the picture of you. But I want to sit there and tell them that, look, I'm getting into a business where I'm talking about EPC plus F, which is construction, terms that, okay, we can actually do this. Or get in there, look at the gross profit. Look at, some reconciliation items. Nobody would think that Bola Ray knows that, because all they know is Bola Ray is chilling and having fun. But you see, keep that something within your pocket that you surprise people with every time. And that is it. That's the mystery. And you should have that when you're on this race. Yesterday, I met some investors and we were talking. We are the aviation ministry. And we were talking about, aviation. All of a sudden, somebody says, oh, so what's Ghana's GDP? And what's your debt, to stock ratio or your debt stock ratio? And I was like, wow, I just read something like that a week ago. So I mentioned it to the person and gave him the figure. He was just amazed. He said, oh, I thought you were just a broadcaster. You're just a radio person. I said, yes, but I think about the economy as well, because that's the bigger part. So please, as you run the race, you might not be technical savvy in everything that you do. You might not know it all. For me, like I said, I am grateful to be alive. I'm grateful that I can do it. And of course, I have the access, education, family, fall on people. There are many people who want to be islands to themselves. They don't ask the desired questions. They are afraid or they are shy to ask. Amma talked about team building. If you don't know it, ask. She's a lawyer leading a banking or financial institution. Head of finance will support you with that. What do you also know you bring on board? Many of us here are afraid to ask, but you never know who will assist you. This morning, as I got in, I was walking in the lobby. They said, oh, we have a VIP room for us. I want to familiarize myself, so I was walking through. I saw a group of people, 5 of them. One person walked up. I heard them say, oh, this is Bola Ray. You want to take a picture? I said, oh, no, you'll be rude to you. Oh, let's go. Don't. So they were contemplating. Then one lady took the rest. Said, can I take a picture with you? Then I saw the rest coming. So you see, you must dare. But because of the person coming and be turning down, so he said, I won't take the risk. That's how many of us are. There are people willing to help that business of ours. There are people willing to support our family. There are people to pay or sponsor your education. Are you asking? Are you going out there? Are you afraid that you'll be embarrassed that, oh, they know that my parents are rich, but we're going through tough times. So for me to go to this neighbor, they're going to laugh at my parents. And maybe that neighbor is also just waiting for you to ask. All you need to do is to ask. So please, let's position ourselves and know that we can actually do it. And it starts with us. We mentioned it. Let's not say that, oh, there will be hurdles, there will be challenges. So I don't want to take that risk. Please, this afternoon and today, that's my message for you here. That let no one stop that dream. And don't think that because there are hurdles or challenges, then you will not do it. Dr. Zaneto said it. If we don't do it, then who? Then Ghana will be at a standstill. Let's dream bigger dreams. Let's say I want to do the biggest water park right here in Ghana. Build the biggest auditorium. Now, National Theatre takes about 2,000 people maximum. I'm daring somebody to come in and say, I'm building a 15,000 auditorium that can seat people. That should be the dream because there's a market for it. It is important that we acknowledge the takeoff and know that, yes, we can actually do it. Like I said, still on this one, challenges will define us. And I'll say this. There was a point last year, 2018, for 7 months, I had not paid salaries. Can you imagine? And that's why I said I'm going to be brutally frank with you. There are many people who are working with us. At the point, somebody will come and say, oh, my wife is not feeling well. We're traveling to the, West Coast or whatever part of West Coast of Africa to go for treatment. So I can't work with you anymore. And then they'll leave. 2 days, later, somebody will come, somebody that you believe in. Oh, boss, so next 3 months, I want us to do this one. I want us to do this outdoor program. Then you plan with him. 1 week later, the person will come. Say, boss, I've got an admission to this school. All along, yes, I love EIB, but I wanted to go back to school and do my doctorate or master, so it's time for me to go. Then they will go. In the month of August 2018, I had a lot of people walking away because, yes, it was difficult. Some were there for the economic situation and all of that. It's not as if they are not loyal. I don't blame them that much. But man must eat. So they also look at that. Somebody came to me and said, my wife is insulting me. And I said, why? He said, well, for some months now, I don't take money home and all of that. I said, wow, is your marriage hinged on salaries or on money? He says, yeah, but that is what she's also saying, so I want another job. I said, no problem. It got to a point that anybody who walks into my office, I say, are you resigning? Because for that week, but you see, it's taught me one lesson in life. That there are people who will come in on your journey, will come with you. It's not because they don't like you or anything. They are there because, oh yes, there's this there, there's a Prado, there's this, there's that. Oh, you're giving me great salary. But they have their intent. When you shake the storm, they will move. And I saw a video just like that. They said there are people who are like branches. They will come. When there's a heavy storm, the branches or the leaves will fall. They're like leaves. They will go. There are some who are like branches. They will give you, oh, boss, I'll be with you. Don't worry. All of this, we are going to be in this together. Don't mind them. Oh, this one, 2 weeks later, when there's another storm shaking the tree, that person will come and say, I want to go. But the people you have to be with, those who are the roots. They don't talk a lot. They just give you the assurance once, and they are with you. And I must say that out of 483 workers that we started with, we still have some great people out there making about 300 who are still with us and across the nation. I want you to applaud them. Who stayed and said, listen, even if it's 6 months, 7 months, we'll be with you. And we will reduce it now down to about 2 or 3 months. And we're still doing that and to pay them off. And that's why I said to Pastor Brian that I could have come in 2018 and now, but this is the time. I could have said, I can't do it this time because we are going through a phase as a company. But I believe that come and share those hurdles and challenges with people and let them know that you can cross from not paying salaries for 7 months or 8 months to 3 months or to 2 months, and you can still clear it off. There are many of you who will be big CEOs in companies here in the country. I prophesy that. Many of you will be leaders and captains of industry. When those hurdles come, don't give up. And be loyal to the people who actually put you there. Loyalty is key. There are many who leave you, but they are with you when it's all rosy. Last 3 months, I was in my business in Kumasi, Ultimate FM and Ebushia, and I shared this with him. I said, wow, at first, in 2015, when I come to Kumasi, right from the airport, there will be 3 Prados waiting for me. Then they'll take you to your hotel, Golden Tulip. Then, as if the staff, they've not seen you before. Everybody wants to know that Bola Ray is in town. I'm with him. Take pictures, spread it on social media. You have about 14 people, because in Kumasi, we used to have about 90 people there. So you have about 14 or 15 coming to your hotel. Just last 2 months, I went there. At the airport, they brought some small Camry. Yes, that is life. Then you ask them, that's when they give you all the tales. Oh, boss, the Prado has gone to the workshop, and I couldn't get a driver. But you know what? The business manager of the company says, I'll come in with my car, myself. He came for me, just one car. I sat in the car. And I said, hey, which hotel are we going to? I said, boss, it's Tulip. We are talking to them, but we have another one. So you go to the other one first. And I said, no. We can still manage Tulip, so let's go there. And we did. When I was having my meal, it was just him, and then 2 workers just came. And I told them, I said, wow. 3 years ago, when I used to come through, 3 cars would be there for me. I'll sit here with about 14 people. Their lunch is on me. We'll pay everything. But today, here I am with 2 people. But that's the reality of life. Even if I had gone there and nobody came to pick me up, I'll pick an Uber and go. Because that is me. 2 days ago, my driver, I went for a meeting. After the meeting, I was looking for my driver. I was calling him, his phone was off at the University of Ghana. And I just sat in a taxi. So after he got, in touch with me, I said, oh, Victor, why? He says, boss, I'm here. I'm also looking for. I said, I'm in a taxi. I'm going. So, boss, you're net. I said, yes. It doesn't change you. Humility is important, and things can change. And that's one leadership attribute I want to tell you. Don't let material things define you. Yesterday I listened to the Archbishop, and he says, people of today are too materialistic. Yes, oh, I drive an Infiniti QX85. I drive a Range Rover. It's a Jaguar. I have this Rolls Royce. And oh, yes, they are fine to have. If you have the money, and why not? But it shouldn't take away your humility. That's one thing we should know. People matter. I'd rather have a friend who is with me and we'll go and eat the wachi by the roadside than 20 people who will be with me at Kempinski and say, hey, hallelujah, and the next day they are not with you. That is one thing in life that you should know. Now I'm sounding like a pastor. I've never had this experience before. I think I should follow Pastor Brian some more. But if I hadn't gone through this phase, I wouldn't have known. Because somebody tells me, oh, Bola, you good too much. You have a good heart. I said, no, I love people. And it's divine. You can't change that. Today, many will see you driving in cars and they don't. I said, when I used to drive my Opel Kadett and my wife would be pushing. At that time, she was my girlfriend. Nobody knew Bola Ray. It was at Central University. I'll go to the hostel when I was dating her. Then another guy will come with a Mercedes-Benz S500. And my own, after I'll go and toast my girlfriend there, now my wife will come and sit in my car. The guy will be parked there, also trying to find his way. And she will go with me. Once she sits in the car, I start, it doesn't start. That's when the car decides to embarrass you. But she didn't give up. So, just imagine, they used to call it Cheche's Hostel at Central University. So, you park there and now she has to get down. This girl that you are trying to woo, that you've not found your way some way, and now is getting out of her car to come and help you push to start. Then she come with some friends and push. Still, she'll be in it. So today, if God has blessed me and I buy her a luxury car, why not? But people will just see the luxury car now and say, hey, Bola, they are sending you. Hey, this Bola. But when she was pushing the cadet, where were you? When she was out there and then we walk from First Light. And she'll go and see me off at my Odoko. I had some small apartment. When you are poor, you have a lot of gadgets. Even if you don't need them, the speakers are big. You have all, you know. And now, go to a rich man's house. They tell you, oh, Bose speakers in the corner somewhere. Minimal. But those of us who are not there, we want in our room, big speakers, amplifier, this. Now they all come one in one. All in one. You are done. Can somebody identify what I'm saying? Pascal, your life will change. Yes, your life will change. So, certainly, things do happen. But no, don't let anyone define you. Don't let them tell you that you cannot do it. Take the risk. Even if you fail, so what? You can start again. You can. I used to live in a place, Wager. And then I'll drive every Saturday evening to come and do music. You know music on TV3? Music is big. Exactly. So there's big. People said it was my head or it was something or I don't know. And then later on they saw some pictures and stuff and said it was something else. But that's also something else. So that is fine. So I used to drive from Wager down to TV3 every Saturday. And I loved my job. For 3-4 years, my salary had not been increased. And that's one thing you should know. When you are passionate about something and you know where you are going, you don't make your salary the defining whatever of your life. No. And many of you here, please, get multiple streams of income. That's when you become a billionaire. Don't just stick to that one thing. Say, well, I'm a banker. This is it, 9 to 5. I'm here. I get clothing allowance. I get this. I'm comfortable. In 15 years' time, you will regret it. So now I've seen bankers, lawyers, and they say, oh, I have this side business. I'm doing so below. I have motorbikes. They are delivering. I said, that is the way to go. So if you are here and people say, oh, you are doing a lot of things, please don't be discouraged. Find your niche. And please, just stay there. So like I was saying, I used to drive, come and do music. I did music for close to 9 years. Never complained. Yes, did that. Same with Joy FM, 11 years. So when people say, oh, he was at Joy FM and he moved to do it. I say, well, you did 3 years. I did 11 years. So that's the difference. In all, I served loyally. And I thank my bosses. So we used to come from Wager down to TV3 and do music and go back. At the time, I think it was 50 CDs or something. Clearly. But we loved it. And we knew that it would get better. We didn't have a sponsor. Then MTN comes on board. Big. Guinness comes on board. So So they'll call you, oh, let's negotiate. So you don't even look at your salary because Guinness is taking you from places to places. I mean, Kumasi, you're going to Takrady, and you are being paid. So wherever you are, make yourself worthy because you never know. Once you build a brand and you are passionate, you'll not even touch your salary. How many of you are here and you've never touched your salary in a while? How many of you? Oh, you're all spending. Don't worry. Your salary will take you home. But you see, when you love your job, sometimes you not even touch your salary. You get it from the side jobs that you do. And that is what I want to tell you. That don't give up because you can do it. So the hurdles will come. The biggest hurdle I want to share with you is with you, with self. The moment of truth. How prepared are you? I know you've practiced, you've planned and all of that. But how prepared are you to go the extra mile? Yes, we are still on the track. You know when they say on your mark, we've jumped from the on your mark bit. Now they tell you steady. That is when you have to focus. That is when you have to know that, yes, I'm getting into it. Pick your lessons in life. Win what you can win. EIB, they've crowned as biggest media of this one. Oh, radio show of the year. Because we're focused. You will not get it all the time. So when the low moments come, pick up yourself and say, look, I'll do this again. And that's what we're doing. That's 2 days ago. They showed me, said GH1 has crossed 1 million people on Instagram. I said, wow. That is an opportunity that we can milk. And just yesterday, I was in some meeting with content providers from the US who saw what GH1 has done and says, we want those content and then we'll show it in America. If we didn't prepare ourselves for that opportunity, how would we have gotten that? So preparedness is key and know how to actually negotiate and do that. Also, in the race of life, remember that you are carrying a baton. You have something in your hands and be a legacy starter. When we started, people said, oh, 7 radio stations, you can't sustain it after a year. Oh, 2 years, it will collapse. Oh, JH1 is an entertainment TV network. You can't bring current affairs on it. It won't fly. We got all sorts of negative thoughts. But 5 years on, thanks be to God, we're still around. Please, put your hands together for my workers. And I want to celebrate them today. Because we've had challenges, but we know how to handle the baton. Give it to you. You race. And that is it. It's the race of life. You need a team. Bola Ray is standing here not because it's Bola Ray. It's God and the team that I have. So even though some people will leave, you get great replacements who will come in and still handle the baton well to where it goes. You have the vision. And that is what you should also look at. I think that I have a video that I want to share. Well, we'll hold on. And this actually is a video that speaks to an issue, how the USA left everything, during the race. But I want to tell you about you not celebrating too early. In life, many of us just peak at a point and we feel that we have arrived. And so, we cannot be talked to, we cannot listen, we cannot do all the things that we want to do. And we feel that we've won it. So we celebrate too early. There's a short video I want to share with you about how many of us go through life and don't wait to go the extra mile to win. So I'll share this with you. If we can have the sound, please. So please look at it. He was celebrating too early. He thought he had won the race. Now this is it again. There's a lot more of this that I can share, but at least, we can actually skip that. So be careful when the finish line is within sight. And that's what it is for many people. They feel that, oh, I'm this, I've won these, I've done that. Oh, my marriage, I had the biggest wedding, so it guarantees a great marriage. No, you need to work at it. So be careful not to celebrate too early. Be careful with your pride, because your follow through and your gaze, it's important. Very, very important. So that's a lesson for us to grow and learn. I think that I ran through this earlier, so we should be fine. But I put this here for a reason. Great companies, great logos. Many of these is just the logo, and then you know the company. How many of you have built brands like that? At least now, when you see IS everywhere, you know that, oh, it's International Youth Summit. You don't need to mention, with such brands, they don't need to do a lot of adverts and do a lot of, no. The brand speaks for itself. When was the last time you saw a Ferrari advert here in Ghana? Or a Rolls Royce? We are not their target market. They know the people who will come and buy. They walk into the showroom, put the money, sign the check. That is it. So they don't need to bring an advert and say, oh, this TV station, play it 24 times for me, because the market is here. Same. You see the Apple logo, you know that it's Apple. They don't need to, it is the best, whatever. You see, and when something is not good, you want to write a whole thesis on it, because you want to impress. But when you've built a brand to this appreciable level, Netflix, look at the logo, simple. Many of us, we are starting our businesses, and if you see some of our logos, we are communicating everything. That will be down stores. How can that will be down stores be on the New York Stock Exchange? Till what time, and what's your logo? Maybe, yes, that will be there. It can be TW something. That is it. People know that. But we want to write it in full. Mr. Bonsu and Sons Enterprise. So your logo will be where? But you see, Google is there. Now we don't even say, oh, go on the net and say, Google it. It's become a word, because they built a brand. So please, in building brands, Airbnb, that is it. They've actually disrupted the hotel market and bed and whatever market. Same for Uber. Our taxi drivers, now you speak to them, many of them are complaining because many of them didn't see it coming. So today, I'm urging all of you, we are the great thinkers in this room. Let's go out there. In the next 5 years, I'm seeing presidents from this room. I'm seeing great lawyers from this room. I'm seeing a man of God who have the biggest temple in Ghana in this room. Oh yes. And that is going to happen. So simply, performance is a cycle. Don't get it wrong. You grow, you go, you assess, and then you learn. Let nobody discourage you. It's part of life. Go out there and win. My story is not perfect, but at least it will matter to you and it will help shape you. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Bola Ray. God bless you, sir. So we take 2 questions. Okay, you. Is it the same person that came earlier? One more. Please come here so we can do it real quick.
It be true. Therefore, take the microphone and go there. Do we agree with that? I think that we should be fair to those up there. Sure.
Thank you, sir. My name is Desmond from the University of Ghana. Being a media person and the things you do, Ghana meets Nigeria and everything.
Right.
For a very long time, I've been wanting to know or to understand, like, I look at the Nigerians, their entertainment industry, especially when it comes to music, they doing so much. Wink your eye, you see a new Nigerian artist, a new Nigerian star, the next second. But here in Ghana, I look at those of us who are talented, those who want to go into music, you can't really see that promptness every now and then. And it's not as though we don't have the talent in here. Why is it that we don't have people pushing up? And especially when it comes to church, sometimes you are so frustrated The next thing you see us doing is you are trying to opt for a deal to do a secular music. So what is being done in the media space to push us so that we can also scale up there? Thank you so much.
Thank you. I think I'll answer before I move on to the next one. Simple. You know, in Ghana and maybe across Africa, we don't support our own. That is the truth. Out there, people will go out there and say, let's push this church member or this musician. And even if we do, how are people grateful? Many people will try and not pay you back how you've helped them. So it is not attractive for many to do that. I can tell you of music producers who spent money in producing musicians, and today they are rather the paupers. Because the people didn't see it as business. So somebody who can say, oh, well, I mean, what for us? And we keep it in the family. We don't treat it as business. Oh, this is my nephew. This is my niece. She's a very good singer. Can you help her? But this person will go and take his hard-earned money, come and invest in you and say, let's do promotion. Let's do the, I pay TV stations. Once you get the fame, that is when you know that you have another uncle or friend in Canada who wants to pay you $100,000 and buy you out of the contract. What happened to the person who's actually had to sweat to see you come to the limelight? And there are a lot of stories like that. So people are not encouraged to come in there and invest. If only we'll be truthful. If only we'll know that we'll put, and you know, in Ghana, when you want to sign a contract with somebody, they are afraid, so they won't come back again. Because they feel you want to cheat them. But that is the truth. Because you want to do things properly. And again, you are talking about events and all of that. Like I said, we pull people down. Somebody will start something small. Once we see it growing, a lot of Ghanaians, that's when we have to bring it down. So then how can we grow? But we wake up and we want to go out there to Vegas. Go out there to Miami Beach. But our own coastline, what do we do there? Go along our beaches. We don't keep them neat. So why can't Ghanaians say, I'm going to use that money to invest right here and have the fun, let people also come make it neat. But the Ghanaian doesn't care. He will fly out with his family and go out there to Miami or go to, Monaco and all of that and have a good time because he knows that the culture, what do you call it, maintenance culture here is dead. So you put up a great hotel, the next moment somebody has done his thing right there, tourists won't come and you lose money. So it's our attitude. If you ask me, if we all in this room today will say to each other that we'll be each other's keeper, Ghana will prosper. I'm telling you. If we all make a pledge today and say that if we see this person get into the coconut business, the film business, all I want to do is to take a picture and share. We share a lot of fake news and bad news here in Ghana than any other. People are doing good. Nobody wants to share it. We want the bad news. So now it's gotten to the time that even when there's an accident, instead of you having that human feel, put your phone down and help. People are filming. Because I want to send to Chioma and say, Chioma, some accident on the N1. And that is it. So we are losing our values as a people until we begin to do that. Many of you in this room, and I was scanning through as the speakers were here, and even now, many of you on your phone, you're chatting with somebody. We are not in this room. And that's the truth. How can we change with this attitude? We can't. Because we are here, but we're chatting, we're doing this. So imagine if you were the one on this stage and it was being done to you. How would you feel? And that is the truth. So until we change that, you find a mother and a daughter. And then they go out there, everybody's on the phone, they don't chat. Now parents drive their kids to school and they are in the car together. The child is just on her phone. The mother is also talking to somebody with earpiece and they go to school. So they don't even chat. You don't know your child. They come home because they don't come and talk to you and they are giving you a peace of mind. You are okay. So in 16 years, when the person comes and says, that's my boyfriend, or I'm a lesbian, or I'm a gay. I just heard a friend of mine in London tell me that, my son now has brought in somebody, and the partner, my son is 17, and the partner is his home teacher. And I said, home teacher, a male or a female? He said, no, a male. And they are dating. And he didn't see this coming. So that is what we should all be concerned. Let's be each other's keeper. Let's be there. Be interested in the affairs of ourselves. That is the only way we can grow this country. Thank you.
Right. My name is Derek Ofori, and I want to ask this question. As you were coming up, I believe you've been under authority and you've been under leadership.
Right.
Talking about IS, we say we can, we will, and we must. Yes. It get to a time whereby you become very loyal to certain leadership. You succumb and kowtow to authorities, whereby you need to also have a dream. So when you present your dream to authorities, oh, sir, this is what I believe I've learned through what you've taught me and what knowledge, all the knowledge I've gained. Some of the leaders, even though you didn't rush, as life is a process. You've served, you've been loyal, you never rush. But this is where maybe when you're under authority, they will see as you want to be a disloyal person. Why do you want to leave at this time? And some of the fathers, they turn out being Saul to fight against your destiny. So I want to ask, when things like this happen, is it that we the youth, we want things too early?
Okay.
Or
are you a pastor? Are you a youth pastor?
I want to become a pastor. That's what I'm asking you. Because these things are happening in the pastoral fraternity a lot.
Right.
Yeah.
Are you under Pastor Brian?
No, please, but I follow him a lot.
Fantastic. So I'm saying that it depends on the leader. From the little that I know, a leader should take you on a journey. That is what many leaders don't do. Yes. They're not taking us on a journey. And it's a traditional thing. It starts from our home. Your father wants to be the head. And even when you want to ask questions, they say, you don't respect. You are this.
Yes.
But how will we learn if we don't speak up and learn from you? So many of our leaders are also, and that is why I'll say, maybe they are selfish. But they are true leaders who will take you on a journey. And look for those leaders. There's one in Pastor Brian here.
All right, Pastor Brian, and I think I'm going to connect with you to take me on that journey.
Wow. Wow. Thank you.